Welcome to The Explainer. Okay, let's jump right in, because today we are unpacking an absolutely massive, unprecedented technological convergence happening literally right now in August of 2026. We're standing at this exact crazy intersection where breakthrough artificial intelligence software is finally colliding with next-generation mobile hardware. If you want to understand how the tools you use every single day are about to radically change, well, you're in exactly the right place. So here's the question. Are you ready for the human-machine alliance of 2026? We're starting with this 5-second hook on purpose to grab your attention right out of the gate. Actually, we're actively applying the very source material we're analyzing today about optimal scripting rules right here in this explainer. Pretty meta, right? All right, here's our quick roadmap for today. We'll cover the tech convergence, AI as a collaborative partner, the hardware revolution, the creative camera, and wrap up with human strategy. Section 1. The 2026 Tech Convergence, Merging AI with Mobile Hardware. Like I mentioned, we're using a bit of a meta approach today. We're applying Andrew Maynard's research on effective scientific communication to explain the very tech that will soon be running it. To make complex concepts simple, his research shows you need a crystal clear narrative structure. Step 1 is that 5-second hook we literally just used. Step 2 is where we explain the problem and the massive shift happening in the landscape. And Step 3? An inspiring conclusion. The big takeaway here is balancing audio with simple, accessible language. We want to ditch the dry technical jargon and speak at a natural pace, around 130 to 150 words per minute. That means an engaging 2-minute segment needs roughly 260 to 300 words. It's the perfect formula for focused learning, and it beautifully frames the massive shift we're about to explore. Moving on to Section 2, AI, your new collaborative partner. Moving beyond simple tools. Over the last couple of years, artificial intelligence has completely outgrown its old definitions. Think back a bit. In the past, it was just a simple tool, right? You'd use it to answer basic questions or, draft a quick email. But today, we're looking at the reality of 2026, agentic AI. This is a totally different beast. This is artificial intelligence making autonomous decisions and automating entire complex workflows. It's no longer just a digital assistant waiting for you to type a prompt. It's evolved into a proactive, independent digital colleague right there in your workspace. So, how does this actually look in the real world? Well, we're seeing the huge rise of on-device AI, meaning these operations run entirely locally on your phone. This is a total game changer because it ensures total privacy and lightning-fast speeds. No more waiting for a connection to a cloud server. And this is all being driven by small language models from the big players: Apple, Google's Gemini, and Microsoft's Phi. On top of that, we've reached true maturity in multimodal generation. With platforms like Veo, Sora, Motion, and Scenario, creators can seamlessly transform written text into full-blown cinematic videos. But there's a catch. Running private, on-device AI and generating complex multimodal video, that requires a massive, unprecedented amount of processing power that older devices simply do not have. Which brings us to Section 3, Hardware Powering the Revolution, the iPhone 18 Pro Max. To actually run these advanced AI models locally, the hardware had to catch up to the software. And at the upcoming Apple event, heavily rumored for September 8th or 9th, by the way, where they also might finally announce their first foldable phone, they are expected to drop the ultimate hardware solution. At the heart of this new device is one staggering number: 2 nanometers. The iPhone 18 Pro Max will feature the A20 Pro processor, expected to be the world's very first chip manufactured with a 2-nanometer process by TSMC. This is a monumental leap forward in both processing speed and energy efficiency. It's basically providing the exact muscular foundation needed to run that agentic AI we talked about. But hey, a fast brain isn't enough on its own, right? The really crucial piece of the puzzle here is memory. This device is jumping to a minimum of 12 gigabytes of RAM, and this upgrade is entirely dictated by the intense demands of Apple Intelligence and those small on-device language models. They absolutely need that heavy RAM footprint to operate smoothly and privately, right in the palm of your hand. And the final rapid-fire hardware spec you definitely need to know about: 2 terabytes. The storage options are now going to max out at an unprecedented 2 TB. If you're a professional shooting high-quality, heavy, multimodal video that's generated or enhanced by AI, this kind of massive storage capacity, it's no longer just a luxury. It's absolutely essential. These upgrades really illustrate the physical enhancements going along with all that raw power. We're looking at a stunning 6.9-inch LTPO Plus display, offering incredibly smooth refresh rates, all while sipping less power. The dynamic island, that's been reduced by nearly 50%, giving you way more screen real estate. The body itself uses an upgraded aluminum alloy for better scratch resistance and durability. And visually, they're introducing this brand new color, dark cherry. It's this really sophisticated mix of deep red and dark purple, kind of reminiscent of a nice wine, sitting alongside other classic options like cloud blue, dark gray, and silver. Now for Section 4, the ultimate creative camera, professional cinematography in your pocket. With AI now literally generating your scripts and storyboards, the physical camera really needs to step up and act as a professional cinematography tool. It's transforming into an all-in-one production studio for digital marketers and creators. And the absolute most revolutionary upgrade here is the variable aperture on the main camera. This is a massive first in iPhone history. By definition, variable aperture is a mechanical adjustment of the lens that physically controls how much light enters the sensor. So whether you're shooting indoors, out on the street at night, or capturing super fast action, it creates this natural, professional depth of field effect that software alone simply cannot fake. It's incredible. Rounding out this absolute powerhouse, we've got triple 48-megapixel lenses across the main, ultra-wide, and optical zoom cameras. To keep the whole shebang running, the battery capacity is leaping over 5,000 milliamp hours, and that's supported by 40-watt fast wire charging. Plus, for sending all those massive files, it utilizes an independent Apple C2 modem. Honestly, this just proves the device has the stamina, the connectivity, and the pure visual fidelity you need for all-day remote content creation. Finally, Section 5. Humans drive the strategy, the goal of the 2026 Alliance. So we've talked a lot about incredible autonomous AI and immensely powerful hardware. But what about the human element in all of this? Well, this quote from Microsoft's research perfectly grounds our entire explainer. The goal isn't to replace humans, but to empower small teams of 3 to launch global campaigns. That right there is the very core of the 2026 Alliance. The AI acts as your agent. It does the heavy lifting, handles the complex data analysis, drafts the content, and automates the workflow. And the hardware, it gives you the high-end studio to produce it. But human beings must always lead the strategy, the empathy, and the true creativity. You are the director of this incredible orchestra. Which leaves us with one final vital question to cap off our narrative arc today. Now that you have a collaborative, agentic AI partner, an unprecedented mobile production studio sitting right there in your pocket, what will you build in the era of collaboration? Thanks so much for joining me on The Explainer. See you next time.